With the official new league year approaching, it won't be long until the NFL trade floodgates open.
Denver with Sean Payton and Bo Nix, I love the way that he can get used in their offense.
So with that, let's dive into one trade that all 32 NFL teams should make this offseason. Arizona Cardinals land Greg Newsome II. Cornerback has been a major problem in Arizona since Patrick Peterson's departure. The Cleveland Browns are rebuilding, and Newsome II is heading into his contract year. Arizona should roll the dice on the 2021 first-round pick and see what he can do with All-Pro safety Budda Baker. Atlanta Falcons send Kirk Cousins to Browns. Atlanta's $180 million signing produced lackluster results in year one, culminating in his benching in favor of rookie Michael Penix Jr. Cousins' time is up in Atlanta, and GM Terry Fontenot ought to find a trade partner. The Cleveland Browns are a very logical landing spot here. They should finally cut Deshaun Watson and replace him with Cousins, who would surely agree to a reworked contract in order to start again. Baltimore Ravens acquire Tyrann Mathieu. The Ravens secondary was a weakness in 2024, and moving on from the burdensome contract that belongs to Marcus Williams would be a nice start. They'll need a new starting safety, so why not the Honey Badger? Mathieu is a do-it-all weapon with championship experience, and the New Orleans Saints should be happy to give him away if it means clearing valuable cap space. Buffalo Bills grab Deebo Samuel. The Amari Cooper trade didn't bring the results Buffalo wanted, so it looks like they're back in the market for a new number one receiver. The explosive wingback would immediately slot in as Josh Allen's new number one target, and his ability to run would make an Allen James Cook-led ground game all the more dangerous. Carolina Panthers trade for Christian Kirk. The Panthers still need a number one receiver for Bryce Young, as 34-year-old Adam Thielen led the way with only 615 yards last season. The Jacksonville Jaguars should be happy to unload the final year of Kirk's contract, with Brian Thomas Jr. emerging as the new number one receiver there. Kirk, who exceeded 1,100 yards in his last healthy season in 2022, could be the guy for Young. Plus, he's not costing anything more than a day 3 pick either. Chicago Bears make a splash for Maxx Crosby. The Raiders are in rebuilding mode and could make star defensive end Maxx Crosby available in trade talks. Chicago should be willing to give up at least a first-round pick and a future second-round pick for the 4-time Pro Bowler. Cincinnati Bengals acquire Jaire Alexander. The relationship between Alexander and the Packers has soured to the point where a breakup seems inevitable. Injuries have been an issue for the 2-time Pro Bowler, but he's arguably a top 5 corner when healthy. The Bengals defense was absolutely atrocious in 2024, largely because they had nobody to stop the pass. Adding this game-changing shutdown corner could be the move that helps Cincy's defense return to elite status under new defensive coordinator Al Golden. Cleveland Browns lock up a deal for Tyler Lockett. The longtime Seattle Seahawks star wideout has seen his role reduced behind Jackson Smith-Njigba and DK Metcalf in the passing game. Seattle will likely cut Lockett if they can't find a taker. But what's stopping Cleveland from making a move? The Browns need another receiver to help Jerry Jeudy and whoever lines up behind center next year. A Lockett-Jeudy combo would help Cleveland's passing game bounce back from a rough campaign. Dallas Cowboys go all in for Davante Adams. Jerry Jones did not live up to his all-in promise last year. But hey, it is never too late to redeem yourself. With the Jets starting afresh this offseason, All-Pro wideout Davante Adams should be available at a reasonable price. Denver Broncos pick up Cooper Kupp. Impressive that Bo Nix guided Denver to the playoffs as a rookie with Courtland Sutton as his only reliable weapon. Now, if the Broncos could just get another stud pass catcher to take the pressure off of Sutton. The Super Bowl 56 MVP announced before the Super Bowl that the Los Angeles Rams plan to trade him. Kupp would form a potent tandem with Sutton to help the offense reach another level. Detroit Lions get Myles Garrett. In his public trade request, the Browns All-Pro stressed his desire to play for a contender, and it just so happens that the Lions need another pass rusher to complement Aiden Hutchinson, who missed most of 2024 with a gruesome leg injury. Even if Garrett costs 2 first-round picks, they gotta do it. Green Bay Packers make a deal with the Jets for Garrett Wilson. Josh Jacobs was right about the Packers needing a number one receiver. They cannot win a Super Bowl with a bunch of C-plus level guys in your receiver room. The Jets are in rebuilding mode and could offer superstar wide receiver Garrett Wilson to the highest bidder. The Packers hate taking receivers in round 1, so heck, why not give up your 2025 first round pick and say a 2026 second rounder for the 24-year-old phenom? Houston Texans pick up George Pickens. Man, sure doesn't seem like Pickens wants to stay in Steel City long term. And with the 2022 second-round pick heading into his contract year, Pittsburgh may as well maximize the return they can get and retool at receiver. Adding Pickens to a receiving core with Tank Dell and Nico Collins could further close the gap with Buffalo and Kansas City in the AFC. Indianapolis Colts take a chance on Trevor Penning. The Colts are likely to cut veteran offensive tackle Braden Smith to clear up cap space, so why not try a low-risk, high-reward move to find a replacement? The Saints should be ready to give up on 2022 first-round pick Trevor Penning, who has failed to materialize into a quality starter. Indy could grab him for a late-round pick and see how Penning fares with a team known for developing stud offensive linemen. Jacksonville Jaguars ship Evan Engram to Broncos. As we said earlier, Denver needs more weapons for Bo Nix. Sean Payton loves his tight ends, and the retooling Jags should be happy to give him away with just a season remaining on his contract. Kansas City Chiefs reunite with Tyreek Hill. Hill doesn't exactly seem committed to sticking around with Miami long term. Well, this is KC's chance to step up and bring back the most explosive receiver they ever had. Seriously, what's stopping this seemingly inevitable reunion? Las Vegas Raiders acquire Riq Woolen. Woolen's play has regressed since he earned a Pro Bowl nod in his 2022 rookie year. Seattle already has a strong secondary led by Devin Witherspoon, so GM John Schneider should be fielding offers for Woolen. Hey, Woolen played his first 2 seasons for Raiders head coach Pete Carroll. A reunion kinda makes sense here. Los Angeles Chargers grab Mark Andrews. Baltimore's Pro Bowl tight end has been widely mentioned as a potential trade or cut candidate following a second straight disappointing season. Hey, just saying, the Chargers need another pass catcher to help Lad McConkey. Why not trade for Andrews and see if he can reignite his career with the other Harbaugh bro? Los Angeles Rams keep Joey Bosa in LA. Many expect the Bolts to move on from Joey Bosa to clear valuable cap space. Why not keep him in Los Angeles, just as a member of the Rams? The Rams' young defense is led by 2024 Defensive Rookie of the Year Jared Verse, but he could use more help off the edge. Bosa should be keen to pursue a championship, so pairing him with Verse would help LA take another step closer to a Super Bowl. Miami Dolphins snag Marshon Lattimore. The Dolphins' stingy defense kept them competitive despite Tua Tagovailoa missing 6 games. But hey, what if they added even more to this unit? The Commanders got terrible performances out of Marshon Lattimore after acquiring him from New Orleans. Miami can try to revive his career here in a secondary featuring fellow All-Pro corner Jalen Ramsey. Minnesota Vikings trade for Jamel Dean. There's a good possibility that the cap-strapped Tampa Bay Buccaneers cut veteran corner Jamel Dean to clear money. Why outright cut the guy when you could get a draft pick for him though? Veteran corners Byron Murphy and Stephon Gilmore are pending free agents in many. Dean, a renowned ball hawker with 52 pass breakups over his first 6 seasons, would fit perfectly in Brian Flores' takeaway-happy defense. New England Patriots take a flyer on Evan Neal. New Pats head coach Mike Vrabel has always been about building from the trenches. The New York Giants seem ready to move on from Evan Neal after 3 awful years to begin his career, and maybe Vrabel can unlock his potential here in Foxborough. New Orleans Saints dump Derek to Jets. The Saints are feeling buyer's remorse from the $150 million deal that they gave Carr in 2023 free agency. The Jets pursued Carr before trading for Rodgers in 2023. They could use him as a bridge QB while searching for a long-term solution. New York Giants land Wyatt Teller. The 30-year-old Teller is one of the league's best guards, but the Browns may prefer to shed his $14.175 million cap hit for 2025. The Giants have one of the worst O-lines in football and could really take advantage of Cleveland's cap situation here. New York Jets send Breece Hall to Browns. Hall still hasn't had the breakout year that the Jets have waited for, and they are far better off trading him now instead of losing him for nothing in 2026 free agency. With Nick Chubb being a goner, the Jets should help the Browns by sending them Hall. Moving on from Hall, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams puts you in pure tank mode. Philadelphia Eagles trade Kenny Pickett to Colts. Congrats to Pickett on winning his Super Bowl 59 ring as Jalen Hurts is backup. Now the Eagles should do the ex-Steeler right and give him the chance to compete for a starting job. Anthony Richardson faces a make-or-break year in Indy. Adding some competition never hurts. Pittsburgh Steelers bring in Aaron Rodgers. He threw for almost 4,000 yards and 20 28 touchdowns in a down season. That production is good enough for a Pittsburgh team that leans on its defense and ground game anyway, and the Steelers could probably snag him for nothing more than a late-round pick. San Francisco 49ers send Leonard Floyd to Chargers. The cap-strapped 49ers cannot afford to bring back Floyd with a $10.188 million cap hit. Not with Brock Purdy's extension looming. The Bolts are the ideal trade fit for Floyd here. Seattle Seahawks, get Von Miller. The Bills will most certainly release the two-time Super Bowl champion if he doesn't agree to a giant pay cut. Playing in a tough NFC West, Seattle could use more pass rushers to topple the Rams. Miller can probably be had for a 7th-round pick and would likely agree to a restructured deal. Tennessee Titans, roll the dice on Kyle Pitts. Atlanta's 2021 first-round pick has been a big-time bust since a monster rookie year that saw him record 1,026 yards. The Titans will have a new quarterback in 2025. They need more firepower around Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, make a play for Darius Slay. The Eagles will need to unload some pricey veterans to get under the cap this year. The 6-time Pro Bowler is still playing at a high level, and his ball-hawking skills would make Slay the perfect fit in Todd Bowles' ultra-aggressive defense. Washington Commanders, bring Cameron Jordan to DC. The 8-time Pro Bowler is in the twilight years of his career and should be motivated to chase a championship. Joining Dan Quinn's defense in a limited role would give Jordan the chance to add a ring before his Hall of Fame career ends. But hey, what other blockbuster trades do you want your NFL team to make in the offseason? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking that like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.